Hi guys, this is a very nice piece of wood here. It's great weather, a lot of sun and a bit cold, and that makes for excellent hiking through the woods. I came just from the north and then I noticed all these really huge spruce trees. And that usually signifies there's some sort of water. Can be a little stream, can even be under the ground, but yeah, it's where there is spruce usually there's water. So I went down and indeed there is a little creek going down here. And I followed that for a bit, and then all around here it's like moose highway. There is huge tracks. A lot of trails and a lot of tracks from the moose. It's a really nice type of forest here. Very nice high trees and open, so the sun comes through it. You have a really nice light. So what I'm going to do now, I was actually going south, but I think I'm going to follow all these moose trails here and see what happens. They usually know where they're going. Let's go that way. You see all the trails here. It's maybe hard to see on the camera, but it's like a highway here. A lot of them have been here. This is so cool. I mean, here, this is a spruce forest. There's spruce everywhere. And the cool thing with that is that if you're looking for a shelter, then this is the best place. I mean, only here in this place here, it's really dry. All this wood is dry. And just take away a bit of this and I'm covered by 2-3 quite a large spruce. So I don't need a lot of work here to create a shelter that keeps the rain out. Or the snow for that matter in this time of year. You have to of course do something to get off the ground. The ground is really soft and nice, but it's pretty moist. But this is nice. You don't often see so many spruce together. Great stuff. Just going to take a little walk through this here, and I'm still following the moose trails and the water also. There's a big This is just from a fairy tale, this. Now this is interesting. Check that out, a beaver dam. See, this is a real beaver country here. All these trees are dead. That's all because of the water, of course. This is a great place. So that's where the creek comes from. And then it flows in here. And there you see there has been a lot of work damming off that, because the creek actually goes straight on there. And then this whole little pond is created. And that was the beaver home, or one of the lead beavers at least. The great thing with these kinds of places where there is a beaver, or has been a beaver, I mean, there is no shortage on firewood here. And all these trees are very dry, so that's great. You see the ones that are, that have died around here, they're just standing and they're really dry. So that's great stuff. I don't really need a lot now, I just want to make some tea. So if you put them down on the ground, you won't harm your blade when you split a piece of wood. It's a nice trick. I did find some stuff to start my fire, some relatively dry grass, not really dry. So I'll find some oldman's beard and I'm mixing that with small twigs, hoping that it will catch my spark. It's always nice to put a little table of small pieces of wood, because the ground is really moist, so you want to have some a dry platform to make your fire on. I'm not sure what will catch the spark first, the old man's beard or the grass, but we will see. Also got some flakes of the bark of a birch. Yeah, it does take the flame, but it dies immediately. Right. Well, that works. So this will be the tea of the day. There is spruce here everywhere, so why not make a nice bowl of spruce needle tea? So while my tea is getting ready here, I'm actually slightly too close. I can talk a bit of what I take with me on these kind of small adventures, and that's really a short story. Some time ago, a few years back, I got this little backpack from a friend, and it's not at all suited for this kind of activities. It looks like it's made for people on water scooters or windsurfers or whatever. I think these are even, I think, hooks for trapezium or something. But that doesn't matter. You can put stuff in it. It's watertight. You have a lid in there, and you can put some paper or maps and stuff in. Well, provided they're pretty small, of course, but stuff that you don't want to get wet. But that's not the big issue here. It has a perfect size. It's like this. If it doesn't fit in this, leave it at home. So, as it is really small, you kind of end up with really bare necessities. And in my case, that is... yeah, that is a poncho. It's not really for the rain that I take the poncho. This is more if I need to build shelters or whatever. So poncho is always a great roof on a shelter. Can be used as a tarp. Actually, there was a film that I used this poncho as a tarp above the hammock. So that's one C covered from the C's of Survivability, the cover. I of course have some container. I always take my Crusader cup canteen with me. In this case I don't have the cooking set with me, I just have the container. I use a little stone there as a lid. It's the most useful thing that I have. Only the knife, the cutting tools are in front of that one. If I have to choose, it's the knife, the machete, and the container, the cup canteen that I take with me. The thing is, you already saw me hacking away with the machete. On my machete I have always a first aid kit. It has blood stoppers and stuff where when you cut yourself or whatever. It is an absolute must. You cannot be in these kinds of environments without first aid kit and knowledge to use it as well. So if I do not have my machete with me, then I usually have a slightly bigger knife. So this is like a combination, the neck knife and the machete, or a survival knife that's slightly bigger. And if I don't take the machete, I have another first aid kit that I take with me, of course, because this one is attached to the machete. So that's the C for cutting tools. You already saw me using my fire steel. I always have, well, at least two fairly safe combustion methods. A lighter, it's always nice to have with you. And I must say, I rarely use this. I always use the fire steel. Sometimes I take a fire piston, which I really like. It's I would say in the same level of fail safe as the fire steel, really. So then another C. This is my bag with cordage. In this I have small bits of rope. I got some paracord, some nylon, and slightly bigger rope. All nice if you want to set up a tarp. This is great for the ridge line, and I got all kinds of guy lines and a piece of paracord, and even a bigger rope. I had room for it, so if I choose, I take more rope. I like working with rope, and you never know. You want to climb a tree or rappel from something, this is great stuff. And I have a water bottle. And today I even have the cup that's on it. I don't usually bother taking the cup with me, but you can drink straight from the Crusader, so yeah. Oh yeah, there's even a carabiner here. I don't use that a lot, but yeah, you can use it with the large rope if you want to climb a tree or whatever. You can hook your Swiss seat in that or stuff like that. That tea is coming along nicely here. After the tea, I think I will cross this little creek here and walk over there, because somewhere there in that direction, maybe a few kilometers, there should be the river, and it would be nice to see how that one looks. But first it's tea. Right, so I'm done with my tea, and I'm going to cross that creek and see where I get. This is a bit steep here. I don't really fancy walking all the way around. So now it's good that you have some rope with you. Now this isn't so steep. I could actually just climb down, but it's a nice opportunity to show a little trick that I sometimes do. I have this big rope here, and that's nice if you have some spare. So what I will do is actually I will throw it down and see how deep it is, and see if I got on about twice the size I need. That looks pretty good. That'll do. So I can now gather all this. And I will throw this down as well, only out of the way of the other rope. So what I will do now, I will lock this rope with a Siberian hitch that is double locked. So I put this one through as well, so I don't have the risk that it slips and I fall. So the idea now is that when I get down, I can pull the other cord, the other end, to release the lock, and I can get my rope also to the bottom, instead of having to leave my rope. So let's see how that works. It is of course very important that you take the right end of the loop, otherwise you're down very quickly. Well, so far so good. Okay, I'm down. So, now I take the other end of the rope and see if the trick works. And I will release it. That works sweet, that. I'm down here and I got my rope. Too bad the camera's still up there. So I'm here at the river. And that's pretty nice because from this river I know I only have to follow it upstreams to find my car. And now that I use this rope, okay, it was just a fun thing, right? I mean, I could have easily climbed down and I indeed climbed up and down again to get the camera. But it was just to show this nice trick. I'll show you how I always hang these kind of big ropes. At home I use 2 table or chair legs and get nice eights. But out in nature I also want them quite okay again, to use them again, to be able to throw them or to use them without all kinds of knots. So what I tend to do is I take a bit, put it into my sleeve, and then I just go around my arm once. And then I just, the rest of it, use eights. And it's pretty important that it's eights. If you don't do the eights, if you draw the line out, you have a much higher risk of it snagging and being one big knot. That will do. See here, I still have that start bit. You can leave that out a bit. And then I'll wind it back on itself. Nice and tight. And the end I just put on the 2 of the last loops. Like this. I saw it was a bit dark. Okay, well, I hope you saw it a bit. You see? And this is the bit that you can pull on, and the rope will really nicely walk out of this without all kinds of knots. So I will follow the river upstreams. And then I have to go a bit through the woods, and then I should be able to get to my car. And I should go now because it's already, 4:30, and it's my turn to feed the dogs tonight. Right there. Success. See? There's my Land Rover, guys. I'm back. It's been an excellent day, really nice weather, great hike, and see you all in the next film.